Hi everybody, welcome to Aikidoflow.
Stripper t-shirt.
Now, in Aikido, okay, the thing I love about Aikido is that we always said it gives us choice, okay? In a situation, it gives me the choice to, I can restrain, I can cause pain, or I can maim, you know? So it gives me that choice, you know? I don't have to go all out and hurt someone, I can restrain someone. But obviously...
Maim?
Maim, yes!
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We might have to cut that later. Maim? I can see some liability claims coming on.
But in a situation where it's just you and one other guy, okay, you have a choice to restrain. I wouldn't recommend restraining anybody when there's other people around, because one of those people could be a friend, or they just may not like you or what's going on. And while you're trying to restrain someone, they come up and they, you know, kick you in the head or something while you're on the floor, okay? So Aikido gives you that choice to just restrain. Now, if it's just me and someone else, I'm gonna restrain. And I'm gonna show you how. Let's have a look at this. I remember when I worked in, this was Tiger, okay?
Is that a stripper club?
No, that's not stripper
Oh,
club.
sorry.
It's a nightclub, central London, okay? Now I remember Tiger, it was on the corner, there was an alleyway going up the side. I always used to park my motorcycle in this alleyway. Now I remember once standing on the front door, and one of the customers about to walk in, suddenly they say to me, wow, those guys just pulled over that motorcycle. I look up, I see a motorcycle lying on its side. Now I was annoyed, okay? I remember seeing the guys walk past, so I chased them around the corner. We get into a struggle, me and three other guys, okay? One of them legs it, so I'm struggling with two of them, okay? They're struggling, trying to restrain them. The other one managed to get away. So the other one, I just restrained him, boom, 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 and I managed to restrain him. Now, I had to call the police and restrain a struggling guy, okay? But there's a way I did it, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it. Now, the way I restrained this guy, okay, was a bit of a struggle, blah, 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 this and that, struggling. I ended up managing to grab him from behind, okay? So what I did here, I got his arm like this, a position called like Sankyo, where I'm kind of got a little bit of a lock here on his arm, and I had him here, and I was kind of pulling him off balance here, okay? But here, okay, both my hands are in use now. Somehow I got to call the police. And also we're around the corner, the club's around the corner, I got to get him back to the club and call the police. So from here, what I did is, I quickly slipped out and I grabbed him here and I grabbed his thumb and I came up here, boom, and I had a nice lock here. Now the great thing I love about this lock is that I don't put any pressure on, okay? It's just literally got him there, but if I pull down, woo, that's when he feels the pain. That's when he feels it. So what I did, I was able to walk back to the club with him. Come, let's go. We walked back to the club. Okay, got outside the club, got my phone out, called the police, told them what happened, and I stood here with this guy waiting for the police to come. Every time he struggled a bit, I just put a bit of more pressure on. And we just stood here, calm as anything, called the police, waited for them. Police came and they arrested him. Now what happened was, end of the story, they took him away. Turned out it wasn't even him that pulled over my bike, but he grasped on his mate. You see, and the police went to his mate's house, and I ended up getting a check in the post for the damage he did to my bike and an apology letter. I was happy with that, you know. So, the way these techniques work, okay? Okay, here, under the chin, that gets him off balance, okay? You know, even just a slight thing, his posture is slightly off, so he's much weaker than that, rather than him being upright. He's much weaker like that, okay? Here, I had this lock here. Now this lock derives from a technique called Sankyo, where You pin the person's arm and you twist their arm. The thing I love about this technique is that when you've got somebody here, all they can really do is try and hit you with that hand. But if they do, they're inflicting pain on themselves. They're coming back on their own lock. So they can't, the whole point is you're turning it this way in order to cause pain. So, and even if they, as long as I'm close up, he can't even spin around and elbow me because I'm too close to him. If I stand here, then yeah, he can turn around and do something to me. He can come around and elbow me or something. But I'm here, I'm nice close, I'm here. That's where that derives from. And then the thumb lock is quite a difficult one. Under the thumb here, make sure the palm of his hand is on the back of my hand and then come this way, here. Ooh. There's a more basic way of doing this, which is basically like here. But here I kind of need two hands to do that and hold it there. I need two hands. I didn't have two hands, I need to call the police. So here, one hand, and that's it. His elbow just sits in there, his arm sits in on the top of my elbow, and I've got him there. There's nothing you can really do. That's why I love this technique. But like I said, this is a restraint. I'm only going to use this kind of restraint if it's just me and him, because I'm vulnerable at this point. You know, I've only got one hand free, and I'm holding his mate. If he's got another mate, I don't want to do that. But those techniques for me, they work ideally to restrain someone. Even the Sankyo technique here, that's an ideal restraint technique here, because you can just hold it there. And here I could break his wrist, I could injure his elbow, I could even injure his shoulder if I want to. Even from here, you know, I could, if I really want to be mean, okay, I could come here, I can go here, smash down here on his elbow, damage him there. Or I can come here, I can take him back down to the ground or something. There's so much I could do with this technique. But this situation here, I want to restrain. But the great thing, if he did have a mate, I could have gone smack, taken him down, and then deal with his mate. There's great techniques to restrain. But like I say, you only restrain in a situation where it's just you and that one person.
Okay, question. Okay, before in Aikido, we always used to train and learn with the techniques in isolation. Mm-hmm. But I noticed here what you did is you've got a couple of things cascading into each other. Mm-hmm. So take us through how the cascade between the techniques works, because a lot of people that are practicing Aikido will know those techniques individually, mm-hmm. but the cascade between them and how they cascade, people mm-hmm. won't know. Uh-huh. So explain to us how they actually interlink.
Well, look, I could start Sankyo by coming here, how we used to do it here. Ideally, it's with the left hand, okay? But I can always switch to my right hand. And then that means I've got the Sankyo on. It's not as strong as I would have it on the right hand, but my own aim here is just to restrain, not cause that pain or to maim.
Keep
so
that
here,
to yourself.
Under the chin, okay, chin up. This here is something I learned from so many other techniques, from here, you know, from Irimanagi, okay? So it's just a case of getting the chin up just to get someone off balance, okay? Now from here, I've got his hand in an ideal position to come here and come underneath and get that thumb lock on and just cause that pain there. Here I can pop his wrist if I really pull in hard enough, but it's just a case of, like I say, from the Sankyo here, boom, I can even elbow him in his ribs as I'm coming through, hold it here, come around here, get him off balance here, and then really get off balance, and that gives me time to quickly come here and then come back here again and just get him in that lock there. You know, we used to practice in individual techniques, but we also used to practice what if that technique goes wrong? You know, something goes wrong, you do something, that technique goes wrong, you need to turn it into something else. So that's where that also derives from. We always had to just kind of switch it up, which is what we had the freedom to do in our dojo, which is in Mobley Sports Centre. Okay, so, you know, in Kensal Green, dojo's open, you can come there and train with us, you'll learn some of these techniques. But it's all about just learning different techniques for every single different scenario. So, in conclusion, okay, I love all martial arts, okay? I think every martial arts is great. You can always find elements in every martial arts which are relevant to you, okay? But the thing I love about Aikido is that it gives me that choice to just, you know, be able to restrain if I need to and not necessarily cause that pain. You know, it's always ideal to be able to be in a situation and restrain someone. Now, you know, you've got boxing, kickboxing, all that stuff, okay? The problem with that, I find, is me at my job, although they're great martial arts, you know, there's stuff like jiu-jitsu, great. But on the doors, you can't be rolling around on the ground. I can't be seen punching people in the face or kicking them, because what happens is I end up losing my job. You know, it doesn't matter what the scenario is, I can't go around punching and kicking people, and also, to be honest, I really don't want to. So Aikido has been ideal. In the 25 years I've been doing security, it's been ideal for me working on the doors, just being able to restrain people and being able to walk away. I can walk away, that person can walk away, and both of us sleep in our own beds at night. No broken noses, broken jaws, no, you know, none of that. So that's what I love about Aikido, is that it gives me that choice. Yeah.
I still think that's a stripper thing.
Get it, hold on.